Hi, Mark.
Nori, cousin Nori,
Cousin Mark.
how you doing? Hi.
Hey. Party.
Yeah, decided to join a few minutes early just to make sure we're up and running.
Sounds good. You're on there. What time is it? 10 more minutes.
About 10 till, yeah.
My mom will probably get here early too. So I'm sitting right here next to the thing, keeping an eye on it.
To your computer?
Yeah, because then when people come in, these little messages pop up. And then
Oh, yeah. I've only used Zoom a couple of times during the lockdown business. We were having family meetings, and there's somebody popping in.
Tina.
There's Tina, yeah.
Hi, Mark.
Well, hi, pretty lady.
How are you?
We're good. I just got here about a minute ago myself. Nori and I were just starting an early discussion on what's going on.
I've been telling people, Saturday I'm going to see my handsome first cousin once removed.
You know, I looked at that email with the minutes from the meeting from last week when we were out of town, and I looked down that chart Nori had attached that described all the first cousin, second cousin, so many removed, and I have no clue. You got to be a rocket scientist or an astronaut to figure that out. I don't know. So whatever I am, first removed, you said?
Well, your dad was my first cousin, and that never changes. So his kids and are still my first cousin once removed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I understood that for a second.
You know, I had that same momentary little flicker of, wait, I think I got that. Okay.
All this flickering. Oh, maybe.
Well, once you have a relationship with somebody, that never changes.
Right.
So, Nori is my niece.
Right.
If she had a child, she would be my grandniece, because niece never changes, but then you have to add something for the next generations.
No grandnieces, sorry.
Oh.
Actually, the email, Nori, that was some wonderful information, the genealogical stuff in there.
So much.
I didn't have time to peruse it. I just sort of did a quick skim through there, and it's like, I need to look at the My Heritage chart, I guess you'd call that thing, and see if there's information in what you had that I can add to that. It's amazing how quickly that thing blew up. There were people in Germany that were attaching to it, and some of the historical stuff went back to 1640.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you have a My Heritage account with that at all?
I don't. I have, what I posted at the website billmuster.com is the genealogy that Don Hassler put together.
Yeah, I saw his name in there.
Yeah, he did one for his family. Then he did one for the Runges and Christensens. So that whole thing, it has the Runges, but it goes Runge, Christensen, Runge, Christensen.
Yeah.
So it tells both sides of my mom's side. Oh, someone's here. It might be my mom.
So you saw, Mark, maybe that today would have been my parents' 96th wedding anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
They were married on July 11th, 1924.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
1924 is almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Mark, are your only siblings, Carla's your half sister?
You were breaking up a little bit there.
Is Carla your half sister?
Yes, same father, different mothers.
But is that your only sibling?
Well, no, my brother Jeff He's my next youngest brother. He's full-blooded with
Your full brother.
my full brother. And then a younger one, Mike, or as his name's actually John Michael Runge, John M. Runge, which sort of tied in with our grandfather, Hans Martin, John Martin Runge.
This is here. See this? See this? What I have? It's a gavel.
The gavel.
I've got a gavel. Tammy.
Okay, Jerry, come on.
In that case, any Rungies get out of control, you can call order, Nori.
I will use this forcefully if I have to.
Yes, I understand. You're the sergeant at arms today, then.
I hope not. I want to just be the laid back old cousin in the corner, but don't make me use it.
You know what? Though? Every time we've ever gotten together for reunions in the years that I've been involved, seeing all the cousins has been just such a wonderful experience with all of the classy people that we are, the highly educated and well-mannered and so forth and so on. I just love all of you folks so dearly, and despite of all of the travel issues and this virus business today, that this is just such a wonderful opportunity to be able to get together and do the same thing.
Yeah. Right there.
We love you too, Mark
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
and TJ.
I
well,
would be heartbroken if we couldn't all get together this year.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of TJ, she has an emergency babysitting assignment today. The daughter and son-in-law had to go out of town. They're picking up a new little puppy for the granddaughters. Apparently, I don't read Harry Potter, but apparently there's this big, ugly, lovely dog in this thing. And the girls wanted one, so they went down to Tennessee to get one. Well, their original babysitting plans had to do with the other set of grandparents, and one of them had an exposure to the COVID somebody. So mommy and daddy didn't want the girls with them. So Nana got pulled into this as an emergency babysitter. So she was going to be sitting here next to me. So I forwarded her the email for the connection, and I see her name is popping up there, but do you see that, Nori?
Tammy Runge.
Yeah, that's her.
That TJ?
Yeah, that's TJ.
Oh, it's TJ. Okay.
Yeah, Tammy Jean is her name, so TJ.
No pic.
Anyway, so here we are. I emailed 25 people, and it's the same people that we had.
Is that okay?
I'm over it. I'm okay. I think what we should do is just each person go around and talk for, as long as you want, 5 minutes or whatever, and then once we go around, then we can just talk. But because we haven't seen each other in 2 years, so I would say talk for a little bit just about what you've been doing for the last 2 years. And how that changed when this thing started, or whatever you want. And I'll mute myself, and we'll just go around the thing.
Good plan.
Okay, good. Okay, you start.
Me?
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Oh, okay. It looks like I'm on here. So once again, I was, for those that may have missed earlier, I was just saying what a enjoyable time I've had in the whole time that I've been involved with the reunion, starting back with cousin Rich before he passed, and of course cousin Diane. He really was into the reunion thing, and he and I would get together, and I think between he and I, we planned about 6 or 7 of them from different places, Colorado, Wisconsin, quite a few of them around here in St. Louis and St. Charles County and so forth. But just getting together with everybody's so enjoyable and has such diverse backgrounds. It's so wonderful to be in contact with everybody, and hopefully we can continue this as long as we can. And with this virus business, this is a good opportunity to be able to join in and share, but just not be face to face. So anyway, so the past couple of years since we were last together, we've this whole retirement business has been really highly fun. Worked 45 plus years and managed to work up enough savings and pension money to finally do it. And it's been highly rewarding ever since. After I retired, I don't know if anybody's been aware or not through the Facebook thing or not, but I got tired of the politics and the whining and the same repetitive stuff. So I kind of stopped going on Facebook on any kind of regular basis. But I would have probably deleted my account, but the fire department that I worked for many years, as well as the other 11 agencies in the county, were previously served by the Red Cross, American Red Cross, from an office right here in our county, that when there was a fire, they would come out and do canteen service, bring out water and what we used to call bug juice, which was basically Kool-Aid, sugar water, flavored sugar water, and a few stale cookies and so forth. And then they would do some what they call client assistance with the victims of the fire, trying to help them get on the road to recovery. Well, nationally, the Red Cross was having some funding problems, and they eventually decided to close 5 of the 7 regions in Missouri, of which this was one of them. And so they pulled out and left us in a lurch. So TJ and I formed a similar agency that's under the fire department's wing, and we call ourselves the Community Assistance Program Rehab 95. 95 is significant of the fire department number that I used to work for. That's their county number. Anyway, we're doing it way better, way quicker, and way faster than the Red Cross ever did. We come out with Gatorade for electrolytes and fluid replacement, ice water. We have 21 varieties of snacks, both carbohydrates and proteins, and both salty and sweet. And we seem to hit everybody's taste at one point or another. If we go through a mealtime, we have agreements with through Christian Foods, who owns 7 McDonald's here in the county, and they donate however many meals we need. We've served 60, 70, 80, 90 breakfasts and lunches and dinners depending on the incident and time of day. We also do a little bit of client assistance work with the victims. We get them started into the first 24 hours. We have a program called First Night, where we've got arrangements with hotels to give them first night is free. And then of course, insurance company picks up after that. We have some clothing and some pet supplies and various things like that we can kind of help them get started. A guide. I wrote a guide actually while I was still working. It's about 20 pages long on recovering from a disaster like that. And a few other little things like that. And so we've been running 20 to 30 fires a year, and we've been expanded to the rest of the county, so that number is going to be going much higher than that. We have 39 volunteers we manage. We have an old fire station that's our location. We have 2 trucks. We have an old ambulance that we've refurbed into a canteen unit. We have a Suburban for transporting people and pulling a trailer. We've got all kinds of extra stuff in, and been having a good time with that. It brings an intrinsic value of, being able to continue the mission that TJ and I both did while we were employed, her with Red Cross, me with the fire department, helping the community and so forth. And my big thing is that I still get to keep in contact with all my fireman buddies from 38 years worth of the business. So that's been fun. When we're not doing that, we have some acreage down in South Central Missouri. We have 50 acres down there, and we originally started off tent camping, when that ended up being a lot of hassle, having to carry stuff and set it up and take it down and all that. Eventually, we built a cabin, real nice little place. It was basically a bedroom with a couple of storage lofts, 12 by 16 foot, with a pretty tall ceiling in the top. And that worked for a while. And then there's not, my saying was, there's nothing smaller than a one-room cabin on a rainy day. Normally you're outside having fun and so forth, but we decided to expand the cabin. So this year and a half ago, coming up on 2 years ago, son-in-law and my son and a couple of buddies from the fire department came down. We built another section, a larger section, and now we include a kitchen and a dining room and a living room area. We have a fireplace in there for heating in the wintertime. We're completely off grid down there, so we run 12 volt LEDs from solar for fans and lighting. We do have a generator that when we do need electricity for more things, more lighting, more fans, more microwave. We have a TV down there and a DVD player, so it's almost like being at home, but we're off grid with that. And we've been spending quite a bit of time. Actually, I was down there during the height of this COVID isolation business. I was down there for 5 weeks in a row. The only reason I came back is I ran out of underwear. So anyways, it's been a wonderful place to go and recreate. Right about now is a time when it's not so fun because it's a classic Missouri, probably 5,000 degrees and 1,200% humidity here, and it's just awful. So night times tend to cool down pretty nice because of the heat island effect, in the city shortly. So anyway, that's about it for me. So thanks for the opportunity. Love to see all you folks. Hopefully more people will be able to join us, but
We have plenty of time for feedback, but don't let it get too out of control.
she's got her gavel right there.
Gavel right there.
Anybody have any thoughts or questions?
This is Paula cutting in from Tempe, Arizona. And Mark, I have to tell you, you've probably heard this. Tina and Phyllis and Margaret and I all had a major crush on your dad, Carl, when we were grade schoolers.
Yeah.
And your dad was a teenager. So he was wonderful. And you are too. And I loved hearing all your adventures and your dedication to the good of the country. So we like that. I just had my 93rd birthday last May. And thankfully, I'm in perfect health, except for being a little creaky and, old age stuff. And I've moved, some of you know this, I've moved to Friendship Village to be with my very wonderful sweetheart named Dan McGavock. And he's a wonderful man and takes care of me in every way possible. I couldn't do it without him, especially with this virus thing. And I don't drive anymore, so he takes me where I need to go. And we don't go many places, obviously, with this virus going on.
Yeah.
But we are safe here in a village of old people, Friendship Village, Tempe. And there's 850 people here. There have been a few cases of young people coming in as workers that were tested positive, but they were, of course, gone right away. And one or two people here might have had it, but we don't really know. But there's been no deaths at all in this whole 850 people. We just wish they would open the swimming pool again. It was open for a couple of weeks, but then, of course, there was a surge here of cases and the pool had to be closed again, but they're promising it opening in the first part of August, because Dan and I are both swimmers. And other than that, I miss seeing my kids and friends, but amazingly, people have kept in touch more by phone, email, meetings like this with Zoom than we did before, I think. And that's about it. And we just hope to have more years of good health. So I'll turn it over to the next people.
Much about the history of the of the Runge reunions, but we did find out that they took place in the 1930s. And then they were revived again in 1959 and all through the 60s. And then it was revived again in 86, which is the current reunions that we're in. But in the 1960s reunions, all the minutes were signed by Feeney. Must have been Julie Feeney. Or did they have a daughter that did that, or what do you think it was her?
They were signed by Irma.
Irma, yeah.
Irma Feeney. Irma.
Really, it was Irma.
So what relation was Irma?
Irma was my mother's cousin.
Irma was the natural born daughter of Aunt Julia and Uncle Paul.
Right.
Okay, so that's
And there was an adopted daughter too. And I can't say her name. She moved to Texas.
It was Lucky Jane.
Got their
Lucky
name.
Jane.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So I think it's cool that this started in 86. It's a long time ago.
84.
Was it 84?
Dad's 90th.
It was for his birthday, for his 90th birthday, 84.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
got it.
Uncle Martin's
84.
90.
So tell us, I guess, let's let Gerry and Laura talk, and because you guys didn't explain to Mark and TJ about your moving, get settled and all that, so.
Well, we had a meeting today with the realtor who is selling our house, the old house, 46 Terrace Avenue in Clifton. We're selling that house.
Where are you going to move to?
Well, our present address is at Twin Towers. The address here is 1690 Tower Woods Drive, 45224.
What was the zip again, Gerry?
45224.
45224. That's in Cincinnati?
Right.
Okay. Is there a
Jerry,
condo number?
I'll send cards with the new information.
Oh, okay, that'd be good.
I just haven't got around to it yet. It's a retirement community, Mark. It's what I call a full service community. So we're in a cottage home, which is self-sufficient. And then there are also apartments, and there's assisted living, there's a hospice, there's a nursing care, the whole range of care continuum in this complex. And lots of activities, of course, which are all closed right now.
Yeah.
So we just are settling in and getting to know some of our neighbors and stuff. So it's really nice. It's pretty.
but have you already moved then? Are
Yes.
you in your new place?
Yes, we're in our new place.
Oh, so your house is empty right now. It's on the, but it's empty. Okay.
It's mostly empty, yeah.
Most there was a lot of stuff to get out of there.
I bet that's going to be a whole heck of a lot less maintenance and upkeep and so forth moving to the new place.
Yes, it's wonderful. It's all on one floor. And I don't have to go from the second floor to the kitchen to the basement to do my laundry. We have a garage, which we've never had in 36 years, and a driveway. The garage, of course, is full of stuff from the old house. I can't park in it yet, but I'm working on it. So, really nice.
Well, I'm glad I got to see the beautiful old home in all its magnificence and glory before you guys moved.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed there. Don and Paula.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Yeah, I stayed there.
Yep.
Stayed there too, didn't you, Tina? Stay overnight with us once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? I was there, and you have pictures of everybody on your front porch. And I guess I stayed there. I was probably with Dick and Brownie.
I remember you saying goodbye to everybody. And you said goodbye to our cat. You said, goodbye, you little.
What? What was that?
Goodbye, you little.
Oh, hilarious.
I remember the cat now. Yeah, the cat would want to come in the room. It was a very sweet cat, though. I don't remember it as being a little poo.
Well, we have a cat here. Same cat.
Same kitty cat. Aw.
That girl.
Why don't we go on to Tina and Kay? Tell us what you guys have been up to for the last couple of years.
Oh, I don't think you want to know. 2019 was one of the worst years ever in the history of historydom. Kay had a heart attack on July 17th, and 7 stents later, and 3 or 4 units of blood, and it was really bad. And then we had fires, and we left. We went to another town for a few days to get away from the fire. And then I lost the anchor tooth to my partial and have had tooth problems since last October. Finally, that's getting settled. I'm left with 3 bottom teeth. Thank you, cancer. And then in the middle of November, we got thrown out of our house. And so our landlady lives in Tokyo. We have no idea what she's doing. The house is empty. It's been empty for 6 months. But my daughter, my incredible daughter, within a couple of weeks, she bought a house so that we had a place to go. And it's like 2 blocks from her and still in Oakmont, and it's wonderful. We love this house. And so next Friday marks a year since Kay's heart attack, when he can stop taking those awful heavy blood thinners, and so he won't have purple arms anymore, I hope. And so then at the end we moved out of our house in December 28th. And I said, oh, we're looking forward to a wonderful 2020. Ha! Then the virus hit. And but I've been able to, they closed the tennis courts, padlocked them in March, but they opened them a couple weeks ago so I can play tennis now. And that's good. And so, Kate, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I went out on the tennis courts a couple months ago at least. Told Tina I'd just like to hit a couple balls, see what happens. She went home limping. I was on the court trying to catch my breath.
Well, I
something.
No, he's having trouble getting his strength back, but we hope he can get back on the courts. But now all of a sudden, on my right leg, I have IT band, inner hamstring, and knee problems. So I'm although when I play tennis, if I could walk like Groucho Marx all the time, nothing would hurt. But if I stand up and put pressure on, then I have problems. But working on that. So all in all, we've got we have decided to bring Paula into our pod. So all this time we've been able to interact with Pobby, and which has been wonderful. So we play Rummy Cube, and we go, to her house for dinner. She cooks for us. She's a gourmet cook, and I hate to cook. So you know, we're doing fine. And we hope 2021 will be better. That's it.
And probably got a new dog
Yeah, she
temporarily.
she had to put her dog, her beloved dog, down. In what is this is July, in June, and Sabina would have been 15 in August. So she lived a nice long life for a big dog, perfect dog. And so Paula decided she wanted to foster a dog. So she found an agency where, long story short, she's fostering till the end of the year this beautiful golden retriever who's just the sweetest thing you've ever seen. She'll be 2 in December. So she's, we babysit a lot and for her again. We miss Sabina. We'll always miss Sabina, but this dog is really nice. So that's it. Yeah.
Really. Anyways, I'll talk for a few minutes, and then if TJ comes back, then we'll hear from her. Last 2 years since I came to Cincinnati, I finished transcribing all those notebooks that I was working on. If I talked about that before, they're all transcribed, and now I'm starting part of the project where I'm going to try to make sense out of it, maybe draw a short memoir out of it, and then move on. So this has been a really absorbing project. I thought it would take me till the end of the year, but with all the extra time we've had, you know, staying home, I've finished early. So sometimes when I finish a big project, I can go on a big downer, like nothing to do, nothing to wake up for. So I just shifted everything to trying to pep up my steamboat museum. I've got thousands of JPEGs that this man gives me. This friend in Los Angeles collects steamboat stuff, and he's a big steamboat expert and all that stuff. And he was sending me about 20 images a month, and it stacks up. By the time I get to it, there's like 60 or 80 pictures in my inbox that I have to put in the website. And it's not like Facebook where you just post it. You know, I write all the code, put his he writes captions for it. And it was coming at me so fast for so long. I've been doing this with him for about 20 years. And I had so much deferred maintenance in the thing. It was really pretty much of a big mess. So I decided that since I have this extra time to devote to a hobby, I would take care of the steamboat site. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been working on that a lot. And I also have my sewing machine, which is right next door here. That's my sewing machine. It's on my desk all the time. And I've been making these masks, which, oops, they're like this. So I was working on them this morning.
Oh, yeah.
See? And then you just go like this. Put a couple of safety pins in there. And you have a little simple face covering. And so I can get about 175 out of a pair of twin sheets. Oh, TJ's back. She's back. Come on, TJ.
I sent her a text to tell her, rejoin us because it's almost your turn to talk.
Here she is. Here she is. Yeah, so I've been doing that. I've been keeping really busy because it didn't really change my lifestyle that much because I've worked at home since 1984, and I really like working from home. And with the first phase here in Arizona, people weren't really afraid of it, but so we were social visiting, social distance visiting a lot with the neighbors, and the weather was really nice, so we could sort of stand outside, far apart on our patios and visit. But now with the hot weather and the, much more severe outbreak here right now, people just seem a little more, like I'm just going to stay at home and sleep or hide, so it's been a little bit of a downer here with the outbreak being so intense here. But I've just continued the same activities. I'm still sewing a lot. I just divide the day up: sewing, Steamboat Museum, memoir, and then all the other stuff I have time for: clean out closets. I had some pipes blow out in the ceiling, so I've got a new ceiling in the bathtub area, which was paid for by the HOA. So I'm going to paint that probably tomorrow. Any questions?
You made a comment about cleaning out closets. I bet closets all over the country, many closets have been cleaned out, and
Yes.
drawers and garages and so forth.
People needed the time to do that.
This is so funny because people said, oh, this is time to clean out your closets. We just moved.
Oh, no.
So our closets are totally clean.
Where's
There's nothing to clean out.
So I think we have TJ.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back there.
I see.
I had a little bit of a mishap when I got to my daughter's house. I set off the alarm. So I disconnected from the Zoom call because it was outrageously loud.
Oh, my goodness. Well, tell us what you've been up to for the last couple of years.
Well, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see me okay? Oh, can you see me? Oh,
Partly.
hang on a sec.
There, okay.
Okay. Well, this is my daughter's house, the back of it, and I've been giving swim instructions here and kayak instructions and fishing lessons out there. I don't know if you can see the lake, but Mandy married very well, and they have a very nice place and two beautiful daughters, and my other daughter, Amy, has a little boy, and that's our grandbabies, and just love them to death. Oh my gosh. We're just crazy about them. And so since I was laid off for 6 weeks, if I wasn't at the cabin, and actually we planned around the days that I had the kids, I had them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, and then Mandy lets me take 2 girls down to the cabin. So we've had them down to the cabin. And then can't pry Benton out of Amy's hands yet, but one day we'll get him down there. But we've had a great summer with them. We had what we called a Nana Camp. So we just concluded that. Well, actually, a little bit of extension on it today since I'm helping out today, babysit. So that's what I've been up to. And I get to go back to work on Monday. I'd rather do this, but.
Do you have to go back to work?
Huh?
You have to go back?
Yes.
Tammy, what is it that you do?
I work in a surgeon's office. I take care of the greeting, the patients when they come in, the appointments, scheduling, and calls and insurance, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds like it's all right.
Yeah, it's a great office. Everybody there is just fantastic. It's a fantastic people to work with. And the surgeons are wonderful. They're funny. I miss them. I was actually taken out of the office and put into the labor pool at the hospital when this thing first, back in March. And so I worked from March through May 15th, working in the hospital instead of in the surgery center where I work. So this will be going back to the office, which will be nice because I've only worked for them since November, and then I've been working in the hospital longer than I've worked actually in my normal job that I'm supposed to be doing. So this will be good to get back to it. I'm looking forward to it. So that's what I've been up to.
I think it sounds good, like down there in Missouri. That was so fun when we came. I've been to St. Louis so many times, mostly because of you guys, but also because of the Delta Queen.
Oh, my aunt and uncle were real big fans of that.
Yeah, the boat, I'll just give a quick update and then we can decide what we should do next. It's been about 45 minutes we've been talking. The Delta Queen, in 2018, they won their exemption. In the Senate, they attached it onto the Coast Guard bill, and that went through, and then it went to the Congress, and they okayed it, and then the president signed it. So the Delta Queen has the exemption to run.
Nice.
But then the pandemic happened. So I don't know what's going on with it right now, but I did ask one of my, a friend that used to be a steamboat pilot on the Delta Queen, and he said he's seen it recently. The boat's in okay shape, nothing they can't fix, once it gets into that phase where they're going to fix it up. But so I still have hope that the boat will come back. But it needs to work, it can't just come back and be like in a museum or something. It has to carry passengers because it's such a big boat. It needs the money to run, to be able to fix itself and stuff, to be a self, there's not a lot of big billion-dollar grants sitting around to fix up old boats, so like there used to be. So, but sometimes those miracles happen. So I'm still holding on. I wasn't giving you guys the finger. I was crossing my fingers. So, in Cincinnati too, home port Cincinnati. That's another connection. Delta Queen too. Does anyone else have any sad thoughts to add? I don't know what else we can do.
Everybody, it was great seeing you. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, love you. My phone is getting dim too. I think it may be dying. So great talking with everybody.
I'm gonna end the meeting, but does anyone else have anything else they want to say that they didn't?
I got something.
Okay.
What?
Every time we would physically get together, everybody would invariably wear one of these.
Oh, yay!
What is it?
A Runge Reunion T-shirt.
Does anybody else put one on for the meeting today?
Okay, I'm gone. Bye.
Bye bye. Love you all.
I love you.
Bye bye. Love you.
Bye, relatives. Good to see you, TJ. Bye.
Bye.
End this.
Bye. Bye, Froehlich.
See you guys.